Well, good evening, David, and
Are we
welcome
rolling?
to we are rolling for our very
Nice.
first intermission interview.
I'm the first.
You're the very first
I'm
of
the
a whole
guinea
series.
pig, so you can learn how to do it right after me.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Now, how many years have you been in the Stephen Foster story?
I have been in the Stephen Foster story 3 years. This is my third year, I should say. I was lucky enough to see the show 3 years ago and thought it was an incredible tradition, and I loved it right from the start. And then, as fate would have it, I got the opportunity to be in the show the very next year, and I've never been happier doing a show.
And what role do you play?
I am Dr. Andrew McDowell and Butler.
And what role or roles are you playing in The Sound of Music
In The
this
Sound
year?
of Music, I'm Franz the Butler. I'm a double butler.
Double buttling.
I give good butler.
Double buttling, my goodness.
Quite right. If you need buttling, I'm the man.
Do you have a favorite song in the Stephen Foster story?
Ah, wow. You know, there's a tune at the end of the Act 2 overture referencing Old Black Joe, and Anthony, our singer of that, is so wonderful. And I have not been able to get that out of my head for the past 2 days. But every song is worthy and beautiful and runs through my head all summer.
Had you been familiar with Stephen Foster's music before coming to perform in the show?
Like any good devotee of Bugs Bunny, yes, I know Stephen Foster music. That's how I learned Stephen Foster music, I think, hearing it for the first time. But then, like I said, we do this song, Old Folks at Home, and we were rehearsing it just the other day. I went home that night, turned on the TV after rehearsal to wind down, and Mr. Deeds Goes to Town was on with Gregory Peck and Jean Arthur. And it was the point where they're singing Old Folks at Home, which was a wild coincidence. But it just shows that Stephen Foster music has been a thread through our society for so long, and everyone still knows it. I go to the pool with my son, and the ice cream man pulls up, and the ice cream man's music going is Stephen Foster music. You hear it everywhere without really registering it.
It's infectious, isn't it?
It is, and it's fantastic. And to know that he's really the first American songwriter to do it for a living, and to be paying homage to him in such a beautiful way with all these beautiful voices and the beautiful costumes and the beautiful scenery and this setting, which you know a lot about, is it's just wonderful to be a part of.
It's magnificent. Now, we are in rehearsal. We open on Saturday.
We do.
And what have been some of your particular rehearsal memories? Anything that might have gone wrong in some spectacular way that comes to mind? Or
I just forgot a line. I'm supposed to say Stephen is a very appealing fellow, and a banana popped into my head to help remind me, but I couldn't think of the word appealing. That was one. Last year, not a rehearsal memory, but during a production, I was slipping into my tuxedo because all the men in this one scene, very fancy tuxedos, black jackets, black pants, and I went out in my black jacket and gray pants.
You weren't conspicuous at all, were you?
Not at all. Not at all. Just one of however many 20 men in not a full tuxedo. That was a lot of me hiding behind women's hoop skirts during that scene.
Now, what is one small thing that you as a performer do on stage that helps ground your performance? Tiny little special touch that maybe the audience doesn't notice but means a lot to you as a performer. Do you have anything like that?
For me, it's the relationships with the people. And our Stephen Foster, Seth Patterson, is returning this year for his second year. And not only is he a magnificent performer, but he's a magnificent person, and we've gotten to really delve deep into our relationships. So there's a whole world that has come before this. This is only 1 year in the life of Stephen Foster.
Sure.
And to experience the whole story of seeing him grow up with my daughter, there's a whole lot that's there, and just catching his eye and knowing that there's a history there helps ground me and establish the relationship, and how much passion he has brings it out of all of us. But as for a tiny little thing, there's one tiny little tradition that I have with Kit Mills, who plays Dr. McDowell's wife, Maddie. At the end of the show, I'm wearing a sleeping cap with a tassel on it, and she has a long braid, And at the end, we feel like we graduated. So I move my tassel to the other side, and she moves her braid to the other side just before our last entrance.
That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Now, the Stephen Foster Story opens on Saturday, June 14. You can get tickets at stephenfoster.com. And we hope you all will come and see this wonderful show. David, thank you so much for spending part of your precious intermission time with us and letting us get to know you just a little bit better.
My pleasure. Thank you. See you all at the show. It's fun.
Sure is.